This bike right here was built and fully assembled, painted and designed right here in the United States. This is the Electric Bike Co., and it is a very unique bike company that is located out in California. They don't just sell a standard e-bike and slap on just standard parts. They let you customize everything about this bike. They let you customize so many details on this bike, you are pretty much guaranteed that nobody is gonna have the same bike that you've got. Now, this particular model is their Model R, but they have several models that you can choose from and pretty unique design. They're primarily focused on the cruiser style bikes. So these aren't bikes that you're gonna take on 100-mile bike rides. These are gonna be the type of bikes that you're gonna cruise down to the beach, to the grocery store, or just around town. Now, Electric Bike Co. did reach out to me and ask me to custom design a bike specifically for me, and this is what I came up with. I didn't want to go super flashy with the paint colors, but as you can see by the color options that you've got here, you can make this bike as flashy as you want. You're going to be able to pick the frame that you want. You're going to then be able to pick the color of the frame that you want. You can even customize the color of the fork, the fenders, the racks that you put on this bike, and even baskets that you would get on this bike. There's so many little details. It's a ton of fun to build up your own bike that fits your exact personality. Now, one of the big parts that attracted me to Electric Bike Co. is that this is built and assembled in the United States. Yes, I know that most of the parts on here are not US made parts, like the electric drivetrain and the battery, and pretty much a lot of the components. But they start with a raw frame and they build it up to spec, and then they paint it to your design. And I think that's as close as you can get to having an e-bike made in the United States. Today, I want to take you out on a ride on the Electric Bike Co. Model R that I custom built and let you guys know kind of the features that come on this bike. But really what I want you to get out of this entire review is that this isn't just an e-bike that will get you around town. This is an expression of your personality, and I think that's what makes Electric Bike Co. stand out compared to anybody else. Before we head out, I do want to show you guys this. This is the charger that came with my Model R. This is a beast. It's a 4-amp charger. I love the fact that this bike comes with a big charger. That just means really fast charge time. So the less time on the charger, the more time on the bike. All right, 2 more things that I gotta show you guys. This is an alarm system. I haven't set it up on my bike yet, but it comes with these little key fobs that'll allow you to secure your bike. This is a pretty cool feature that you can take along the ride with you to make sure that nobody runs away with your custom built bike. And lastly, they don't just give you just a random cheap tool set, they give you this awesome bag that you can store inside of like your pannier bags or your basket or your backpack, whatever you're taking. But it comes with all the tools you would need if you have any issues out on the road, like a little mini pump to pump up your tires, some Allen keys, a wrench, and even tire sealant and a repair kit if you get a flat. And I gotta say, this awesome white and black paint scheme that I went with just pops big time. It is such a glossy finish. I am absolutely loving it. All right, let's get out and hit the road. Okay, I wanted to show you guys this real quick. Whenever you power this on, you got this nice Electric Bike Co., but you do have this really nice display. One thing I had to learn on this before I took it out on my first short test ride is that it does have pedal assist off whenever you power this on. And I'm assuming that's just a safety feature. It's super easy to turn off and on. You just hold down the down arrow for 3 seconds. You can see the pedal assist level, or the pedal assist off went away. Now you're able to get your pedal assist and use this as a standard e-bike and also use your throttle. All right, guys, we're out here. We're ready to rock the Model R. Look at this thing. It looks absolutely awesome. I love the tires that I chose for this and the custom paint job that I chose. Let's go ahead. Let's not waste any more time. Let's see how this beautiful looking cruiser e-bike actually performs out on the road. All right, let's go ahead and take off. I'm not gonna lie, a front basket or rack like this does throw me off a little bit just because it's a little bit harder to see your tire turning. And I hope that I get really used to this. It does hold my hat really well, so I'm super stoked on that. And I did choose flat bars that are a little bit more narrow. A lot of people are going to choose more rounded cruiser comfort bars, and I think that does fit this bike a little bit more, but I kind of wanted this flat bar feel, and yeah, it's looking pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and try out this throttle. Nice and smooth. Ooh, this bike does have some pep, I gotta say. Feels pretty good in pedal assist 5. One thing I do like is that this adjustable stem is on here. I currently have this kind of like raked out a little bit to where I am leaning pretty far forward, but with this stem, I can actually make it to where I sit up a little bit straighter. Now this does look like it's currently set to be a class 2 e-bike because the pedal assist is taking me up to 20 miles an hour. Overall, the bike accelerates really smoothly. The throttle response going from throttle to pedal assist is basically instant. I don't feel any delay at all in that. Overall, really smooth ride. Now my particular version did come with a suspension seat post and a massive seat. So if you're looking for super comfort, yeah, the Model R definitely has super comfort in mind. Now I believe that this is the type of riding that these bikes are designed for. Just kind of cruising around your city, around your neighborhood, going down the road to the grocery store, that type of stuff. Just enjoying your ride overall, and this bike is definitely fulfilling that. All right, let's take a little bit closer look at this bike now that we're stopped here. You are going to get a 12 amp hour battery. They do have bigger battery options, but I went with the 12 amp hour and it's built into the down tube. Keeps it nice and clean. Looks really good with the black and white scheme, also matches really well. You also get this giant chain ring that I talked about earlier. This will help prevent any type of ghost pedaling. And back behind here, you can see that this is where the cadence sensor is. And that cadence sensor is doing a really good job. You also have a quick disconnect here. In case you do get a flat, you can quickly disconnect the motor to be able to drop this wheel out to be able to repair it. Then you've got your Altus rear derailleur back here along with your 7-speed Shimano free hub. One thing that I chose to get on my bike was these nice pannier bags. These are super nice. They've got pockets over here. They're padded and almost like they're insulated with a ton of storage on the inside. Really nice material out here, and they lock into the actual frame, so you don't have to worry about anybody being able to take off with these. The fender back here is a metal fender with a reflector. You do have a taillight built into the rear rack, which is a nice feature, along with some EBC logoing right here. This is a common theme that you'll see across this entire bike. They really do put their logo absolutely everywhere, which I do wish that was a little bit toned down because it's on every piece of the bike and can kind of be a little bit much at times if I'm being really honest. Now you not only get a light on your rear rack, but if you choose to not get a rear rack, you are going to get tail lights down here, which are nice to see. So if you choose to not get a rear rack, you're still going to have tail lights on this Model R. One of the big things on this is this suspension seat post. Look at this thing. This is an SR Sun Tour, so it's a name brand seat post. Going to give you a super smooth ride while you're going down the road. And if you're into really big cushiony seats, this is practically the lazy boy couch of all seats. It's the biggest bike seat I've ever seen. Not gonna lie, it's pretty comfortable, just a little bit bigger than what I would like. If I were to keep this bike long term, I would probably swap this out to something a little bit smaller, but if you like big comfy seats, their seats are gonna fit you just fine. Now, as you notice, the Type R does have a nice step-through design, super easy to get on and off. And then up front, you are gonna get this really nice adjustable stem. You can go from 0 to 60-degree difference. Really adjustable. Fine tune it so you can get this to work just right for you. Now the handlebars are custom also. I chose to go with more of a flat mountain bike style bar. A lot of people I'm seeing online are going with the swept-back bars, which does fit this style a little bit better. But this flat bike bar is what I wanted to go with. And look at these handlebar grips. They are a nice leather. And of course, they've got their brand embossed in here. Again, a little bit much on the logoing, but overall, still a good looking bike. Now the computer screen is a nice color computer screen with your control over here and a nice thumb throttle. Now the brakes are a no-name brake, but they are logoed with the Electric Bike Co. logo, and they do take mineral oil, which is nice to see. So they're gonna be super easy to service and maintain. I do like all the cable wrapping that they put on this bike. It does look very, very nice, keeps it all maintained. And then on this particular model, they've got this like tube right here on the front of the headset that all the wiring goes down into, so it keeps it really clean and keeps it from interfering with any type of basket or rack that you've got. And on this particular rack that I have here, you do get this really cool dual headlight that also has reflectors built into it. Now, while the back fender feels like it's metal, this front one feels like it's plastic. I'm pretty sure that's a plastic fender, but it does match both front and back. Looks really good. The paint that they put on these is really premium. I do like the fact that you can get the forks custom painted too. Now you notice that these tires are pretty unique. That's one thing that I really like about Electric Bike Co. is they do standard tires, and then they also do these unique colored tires. I thought that this particular tire matched up with the white and black and made it look pretty retro. These are 26 by 3 inches wide. So these are really wide, super cushiony tires that are gonna feel great whenever you go down even the roughest road. Now the electrical setup on this is a 48-volt system, and like I said, this is a 12 amp hour battery. You do have an option to get more amp hours depending on what kind of setup you want. Right down here, you do get a nice hub motor. Again, that's 48 volts, and that's gonna be enough power to get you up pretty much most of your hills. And just riding around my local area, it hasn't had any trouble getting up any of the hills that I've ridden up. So there you go. That's my very first ride on the Electric Bike Co. Model R. And I've got to say, I think Electric Bike Co. has something going on here. This is a really cool concept. If you want an e-bike that's going to be something that is truly yours, they've got what you're looking for. And oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to mention is they don't only custom paint the bikes, they even sell helmets on their website, and they'll custom color them too. So you can get a helmet that matches your bike. That is a pretty cool option. So Electric Bike Co., you're doing some pretty cool stuff, and I can't wait to see where you go in the future. And if you guys want to pick up your very own Electric Bike Co. bike, definitely check out my links down below. And let me know what you guys think of this whole custom setup that you can do from Electric Bike Co. But as always, get out there and ride your bike.
Thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip and tat on the internet. We don't do that.